Right, we also have news here. Due to this probe, the Senate has also called for a refund of 4.923 billion naira illegal payment and constitution of board, which was leveled against the NDDC. And a summary of a breakdown, just a summary of it, included 85.7 million naira for overseas travel to the United Kingdom, 105.5 million naira for scholarship grants, 164.2 million naira for union members' that's their members' trip to Italy. Now over to you, Chris. You saw what happened there, and I could not dismiss the fact that when the other person at the panel was telling him, put off your mic, I didn't understand why he would tell him, because it seemed like Akpabio wanted to say something, and then he told the woman to keep quiet and put off the mic there. So would you, and now we're having this reversal allegations and all that. Who exactly is guilty in all this?
Look, let's just not fool ourselves. What you saw there that day is just the game playing out.
All right.
That's the game they all play across sector, across government, across tiers of government, from local government chairman to the governor to the commissioner minister. I don't know about president and his vice. This particular one that we have, perhaps they maybe I don't know about them, but from them down the line, this is the game. This is the game. So even though Akpabio came to play his drama there, and is the person who they almost turned into a fall guy, the professor, he couldn't stand the heat, and then they got blackout. I am not deceived. This is federal corruption, Republic of Nigeria playing out. Because whether you like it or not, that was the legislative arm and the executive arm. That's government. Forget the characters, because each of the characters occupy a position that has empowered them to do what they have done. So the question you ask yourself is, who will bail us out now? Niger Delta Development Commission, the Ministry of Niger Delta. First of all, I don't agree with Joy Nguyen. Remove NDDC from Ministry of, because of this. Why didn't you say it while you were in office? All that you are saying about Akpabio now, why did you not say it if you are such a holier, a saint in that agency? You should have resigned and get out rather than being booted out. So I am not deceived. You told us that you are asked to swear an oath. If you are such a child of God, thank God, you should have resigned that first day. That you don't want to join devils. You know, for Akpabio, look, I am no longer looking at, oh, somebody is corrupt. They are all corrupt. Let's just look at the content of the corruption, period. And the dimension, the magnitude, and the impact. That's what we are after. Every one of them is corrupt. Every one of them. Off your mic. Okay, it's okay. What kind of drama is that? You are just, look, we are not done. What was just about to happen was that the guy said 60% of the contract you guys take. Don't forget, that guy had been through the system. He was governor, he was he served in the Senate, and that guy is a high wire player. So he knows what he's saying. So for the chairman to be saying, off your mic, okay. He's just telling you one thing, I beg, don't cover us for here. And then the woman who was obviously not part of the game had to assert herself and say, okay, since you guys who are my colleagues, you have been chopping and chopping, you didn't want me to know, let the world know that I don't know. And of course, it was an embarrassment playing on. And I was like, okay, stop. But meanwhile, Akpabio was already going to say what he was going to say. And then for, what's his name, the speaker to come out and say, naturally, I love the guy, that's what he has to say. You know, and obviously maybe
he played his part well.
He played his part well. You're going to see from now on that the volume will start going down, and then before you know it, it will fade out and fade up. Then we'll come up with another drama. Do you understand? Now we are talking about Niger Delta, 86 billion. How about what's it called? Ministry of Humanitarian and Development Affairs. The woman said she paid 600 billion naira to children's school feeding during COVID-19, when we all stayed at home. Our children didn't go to school. They are even still not going to school now. Who did she feed with 600 billion naira? Who's talking about it? Under the COVID-19, she said she spent over 285 or thereabout billion for palliative. At least we know Lagos State, they were giving 1 loaf per street and 1 cup of rice per community.
I don't know the street. Anyway, the streets.
I mean, we saw it, viral video, we saw it now. But for the Ministry of Humanitarian Development, did we see anything in Lagos, for instance? I come from Edo State. Nobody in Edo said they saw anything humanitarian from humanitarian on palliative. So when we are talking, I don't want us to get lost. Do you understand? The corruption, we are in a sea of corruption. All of us are in that sea. The prayer that corruption should not sink us as a nation and as a people. So I'm not carried away by that drama they gave us. There's 86 billion naira, there's 885 billion naira facing us. Nobody's accounting for it. So we should not get lost in all of this. Right now, we don't have a government.
Will you call for the solution of the NDDC?
Look, you know, it's just like saying your iPad. It's what to feed your iPad that will give you Ngige now, garbage in, garbage out. Are you going to say because you want to write government in your iPad? It's you to type it now, and you type government, and they tell you government is wrong. Government. Are you going to break your iPad because it didn't type it well for you? We have a government. That's standard. Government is iPad. Ngige is the garbage of the thieves, criminals who would put in there to run our lives. We can't, you can't dissolve an NDDC. You don't have any right to dissolve a ministry. Remove the human beings there. Put other human beings there who are saying, and for you to put other human beings there, you must make sure that those you are removing, you are going to exercise the demon in them. Either by throwing them in jail or by killing them. So we shouldn't, at this point, I'm no longer debating, oh, it's corrupt, it's not corrupt. But they are corrupt. Virtually all the governors are corrupt. So what you're saying is this. Obasanjo said it, even though he's, we know that he himself is not a saint. He said everybody is a thief, I'm sure including himself, except the one they catch, that is caught, and it's called Barao. So we just saw Barao in, what's his name? Akpabio. So all of the things are waiting to be Baraoed. So we shouldn't deceive ourselves. There's corruption everywhere. It's the one that you see, but the corruption goes on nonetheless. Where we are talking 86 billion today, somebody did say that, okay, you are talking about NDDC, we are opening our mouth, 86 billion. What, the day you want to open the NNPC books, what would you do? Kill yourself? Or central bank?
So if we're saying that all the institutions now, because we're just hearing corruption, what is the way out? Do we keep on flushing out? Do we flush out all the institutions?
Look, the way, let me first of all tell you, I like to be realistic. These people, when we say corruption, it's not a word you take lightly, right? And I like to use individuals, right? How do you deal with an Akpabio who is in billions and who has interest spread everywhere? No, how do you do spread in the security agencies? He has boys who are loyal to him. How do you deal with the Tinubu, for instance, who is running Lagos and part of Southwest? Are you following me?
Yeah.
How do you deal with Obasanjo, for instance? You cannot account for how he made his billion. Did you want to go there? He has his loyalists everywhere. He has his interest spread. And he didn't get that money legitimately. So he got into corruption. How do you deal with Babangida, who is really all over Nigeria? Now, that is the reality we are facing today. So when somebody says it's only God that can save us, you and I cannot go and start shooting, because until you remove their hands from the system, before the system can see the road to go. Do you understand? All of these people are small fries under the big fishes that are hovering all over our lives. So what I'm just saying is that the only way out, I'm trying to say this to shock Nigeria, I no longer have conviction in the elections, because the elections are still run by the same people. Do you understand? Only God, and I say it now, I say with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my spirit, that only God will bring that intervention, and it does come. It never fails.